Good morning, sunshine. I hope that you slept well. I hope that it was amazing dreams. And if not, well, I hope that you are able to decipher them and use it to your advantage. This is your daily insight on life and love for September 15th, 2020. Also timeless, so wherever your pulse is in time, I might have a message for you, which would be super cool. This is a general collective reading, so if it doesn't resonate, don't force it. You can either let it fall away. You can ask questions about booking your own personal reading. As always, well, as of always this year, I have the coronavirus still going on, so ask questions about it. The email's in the description, and also you can find me on any social platform. Definitely reach out, say hello, let me know where you are in the world. And, well, let's get this reading started. Let's see, kicking this off with regular rider weight. Party's over, but at the end of it, some sort of a new, emotional, offering, amazing beginning. It's true. But this is not looking for commitment with another person, another situation, even another job. This is about you and your commitment to yourself. I know. How cheesy could that possibly get? Hang out there with me for a minute. You are so invested in making something better for someone else, trying to be the stand-up person for someone else, putting all your eggs in one basket for someone else or for a situation. And it's really kind of an outpouring rather than something that has reciprocity to it. So what I'm seeing here is, at what point do you stop looking for a commitment in other people and other situations and start finding a commitment to yourself in yourself? This is talking about you no longer abandoning what your personal needs are, what your wants are, and what your ambitions are as a person. It can collaborate with another person in the form of a relationship or a job. There can be something gifted to you, but it's not getting lost in the concept of that being your end-all be-all. You have to come back to your center in this one. And this, I do feel like you are starting to find that sense of self again, or that child retrieval, that soul retrieval, coming back to ground zero in yourself, basically is what it's coming down to. So now we have the Seven of Swords in reverse, and the ending base of this was the Ace of Cups. So not lying to yourself anymore, not deluding yourself, talking yourself into a situation or talking yourself out of your own happiness, because some of it might not be what you would say collectively accepted or geared toward as some form of cool, even. Not saying that you're giving into peer pressure, but you do water yourself down for some sort of collective acceptance. Not going to be doing that anymore. This is talking about true and authenticity and almost a personal apology to yourself by yourself. And it seems like it's coming out of nowhere. I think this has been going with the shedding that's been going on recently, that soulful healing that's been going on. And, you know, I've been talking about it for a long time in the collective readings. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it, about you and having everything start at your base before it can even echo out into the general collective around you. This is where the apology comes in, where the healing is. And I know that you've been working on this for a while. That's not lost at all. But now it's taking your eggs out of that one basket that this was in and putting it, you know, into yours. All right. You got to kind of be selfish about yourself for a little bit. I really want you to, you know, spout off about yourself. Talk about how amazing and how great you are, how perseverant you are. These are all things that are true and authentic about you. I want you to have such a high, beautifully balanced ego that nothing that is trying to offer you any sort of soulful discount can reach you. You have to know your value and not give anything around you any sort of discounts. This is holding yourself accountable to what I guess I want to say, personal best. Yeah. And I say this in every single reading. Don't hold your personal best against someone else's. It's not realistic. You guys have very different life paths. So you're not walking away anymore. You're not going to say that you don't need something anymore. You don't want something anymore. You're actually going to stand your ground on it. And this is getting that little girl or boy to start coming out of that hidden spot of you. It's now safe for it to start coming out. It's peering its head out of that little closet that it's been hidden in for a while. You giving it that safety zone, that cushion, it allows for a door to start opening inside of you, this deep hidden door that was a safety zone. And this is where your truth comes out. And it's beautiful. It's everything that you would want it to be. It's this almost like that Enya song, Return to Innocence. And I know I just aged myself with that one. Shut up. The 90s were amazing. So now we have this. It's a huge, new, beautiful, soulful beginning for you. I want you to embrace it. I want you to have those, sense of releasing sobs with yourself. This is a huge outpouring time. You're getting rid of self-criticism. You're getting rid of these constructs that have no relevance to you. We're losing sight of getting that seal of approval for a world that doesn't live in our generation anymore. Change is happening. And my nose keeps itching, right on the nose ring too. Well, this nose ring, I have 2 nose rings. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. It's always a show. It's always fun. And I will be going live on Friday for the weekend reading, so stay tuned for that. And also, if you see the bell below, go ahead and give that a thumbs up because I enjoy that. It looks cool. If you don't, I get it. It's okay. So we have a general idea about what's going on. I want to look at what's being brought up. All right, so we're going to go with Archangel Raphael. Healing, forgiveness heals you. Oh, Jesus, the divine healer. You really needed the ability to feel safe. And again, this was everything that you were seeking externally. When you started to stand up for yourself, when you started to really push your boundary, that's when the healing really began. I know how that sounds. It can sound right, and I'm so sorry about that if it does. Why do we have the forgiveness heals with the inner authority? And then we have Jesus, the divine healer. There's one more in here. Hydration. Okay. There's a lot of things that you have to flush completely out of your psyche and your body. You're ridding yourself of so many toxins and getting down to your purest essence, your purest form. I'm not telling you that, everything that has happened in your life is just magically gone. All of your experiences, whether you have bestowed an injustice on someone else or you've had that on you, it doesn't just clearly wipe it away. It does change your connection to it. And I'm not telling you to spiritually bypass this situation. What's coming up right now, whatever the trigger is, this is what's coming up to be healed. Whether you were the perpetrator in some sort of way, shape, or form, or this was an injustice bestowed upon you. This is getting to the raw truth of that situation in yourself and having that change. So the inner authority, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to progress through this? And I do see all this progression. This is heart healing, but it takes divine intervention with it because you being you, you're being a little stubborn about it. I get it. Procrastination, stubborn, maybe if I hold off just one more second. No. You got all the seconds you were given, and now it's time for divine intervention to help you along the way in your process and progress. So this, we have Jesus, the divine healer. I mean, God, he was, yeah. So healing power and presence. It's about all love and accepting. It's about justice, balance, standing up for something that was wronged. And it's bringing that sense of peace with authority. Speak softly, carry a big stick. Think, God, who said that? I can't think of who said that. Oh. I love that saying. Why can't I think of it? Was it FDR or was it Oh, God, what was his name? Who's that leader in the army? He smacked somebody on the front lines. Patton? Oh, God, I can't remember which one of the greats it was. If you're watching this, please tell me. Or you want to, even better yet, I'll Google it afterwards, but still put it in the comments below. All right. So we have what's coming up to be healed. So how do you have to be, well, what archetype are you working with through this? So I'm splitting the deck, and we have the Don Juan in reverse, and we have the Magical Child in reverse. So reading the shadow attributes, using the power of romantic attraction for private agendas, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles, believing that the energy and actions are not required for growth. These are things to avoid. These are things that you are not going to be using as a way of bypassing. You're not going to use your personal charm, and you're not going to use any sort of, it's like reverse psychology on the world. You don't get to work with that. It's, again, waiting out for that last second, or not manipulating. This is what you have moved on from. Not that you are manipulative or using your feminine or masculine persuasion against somebody. It's no longer getting into procrastination ways and not manipulating the situation for your favor or to make it seem watered down. And again, when we think manipulation, it's often like somebody is being genuinely malicious. No, we were just trying to avoid disaster and trying to avoid some sort of hurt. You weren't malicious, but it did involve an undertone of manipulation. It's time to change your view on that one, because it's not always done with, like I said, probably about 5 times just now, malicious intent. All right, what archetype are you going to be working with? The Goddess. I'll take it. So the feminine expression through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. And then we have the Seeker. Thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So completely entering into this with loving compassion and curiosity. You are going on this incredibly large journey, and this is involving the most deepest form of self-love, care, embracing every single synonym that you can think of to go with that. This is striving for your personal best, knowing that this is a journey, not any sort of end of the road, and it's a long stretch in front of you. So it's taking the pressure off immediately of having any sort of timeline. So then we have the Messiah in reverse, exaggerating the belief that you are the only means of which one can, the only means through which a cause can succeed. You don't have to do this at all alone. You have to find out what way works for you. The tried and true is so outdated. It wasn't even dated then. This is saying that you really have to look at yourself as a special case of how to deal with something, how to overcome something. You're not fitting into any sort of niche down area. You are a unique storyline, and you need to be accommodated in such a way. And again, every single concept of life is truly an a la carte. It's an algorithm. The more that you focus on a little bit of something, the more that it'll become present. It is truly the law of attraction. That's why when you are stuck on an ex, when you're stuck on somebody, whatever the case is, and you're thinking of their name, suddenly their name pops up everywhere because you've programmed your name to say it a million times in your head and have it stand out. So you're going to start to see it hidden in words. You're going to start to see on license plates and everything like that. The more that you focus these little buds growing, the more that they are going to grow. So this is saying it's not going to be done in any one particular way. Find out how unique your story is and act accordingly. Is this making any sense? I feel like I'm jib-jabbering right now. We have the Magical Child. I hope that this makes sense. So the light attribute of this is seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that anything is possible. my dearest, getting rid of every self-limiting concept. Every single one. Your story, your needs, what you're looking for. Some of it might be a long shot, but guess what? It is still a shot. And as long as you are playing your cards, as long as you are moving along the way, that shot becomes greater. It becomes more possible. If you are starting up at square one, it's still even possible. The fact that you're even starting anywhere in life is possible. I don't care if you're 105 years old and you're on your deathbed. It is still a possibility as long as you have breath in your body. So this is seeing everything that you have been through, because this is a massive healing time. Everything that you have been through, and this massive healing phase, this massive string of events. Maybe you're clearing out some sort of lineage karma. Maybe you're healing some sort of cellular DNA karma, whatever the story is, maybe some soulful one. Whatever it is, it's seeing the story for what it is, seeing how everything in your life unfolded in such a beautiful way and how it needed to happen in such a way to get you here. What is this bringing about? Now, there's pains that I would not wish on anybody, and I'm not watering it down or diminishing it. That those pains are very real, very experienced, and for anyone to water it down or try and look at it as a constant state of, oh, you know, look for the bright side, I get it. I would want to lose my mind on them too. I'm not taking away your hurt, your pain, or the experience and just trying to find some sort of silver lining. There is pain, there is experience in it. As time moves on, there will never be a total sense of everything being done, or losing sight of the events that had happened, the pain that it had caused. I know that, for instance, the loss of a child, loss of a real strong loved one, you never truly, fully move on from that. You can find some sort of inner peace, absolutely. But for anyone to say that you become fully healed from that, I get how somebody would lose their mind on them. So this, it's seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things. The belief that anything is possible. Without question, absolutely. What are you willing to do for yourself? What are you willing to speak and stand in your truth with? What are you willing to do to heal? Healing is messy, it is ugly, it is raw, but it is worthwhile, because when you break the heart open, you are left with, it feels like everything. And it has no end. I feel like I'm rambling now. But there's beauty and sacred in everything. You are working on a very strong commitment to yourself. There's a lot of messy, gorgeous, but messy healing that's happening right now. And it's going to continue. You're going on an entirely new pathway. So, my dearest, we are going to get closing message from Spirit. This was kind of a heavy message, wasn't it? Flexible and orphan. Of course you're coming out. Snarky snark. You're not alone. And this, what feels like for some of you, a very gloomy time. Learn how to be flexible with yourself, with your mood swings, with your emotions, with your sleep even. Don't become so staunch and crazy that you brittle and break. There's something that is not for you. And this is why you have to stop seeking commitment externally and find that commitment in yourself. The only thing that is truly in this life, without question, for you is you and this life. Everything else, this is something that is an algorithm, is a law of attraction. What are you drawing into yourself at this moment, either for some sort of healing, balancing, or reward? Everything is one of those things. So what's not for you is an external commitment that has become outdated. If this is your story, now this can involve either a person or a situation, then this is going to dissolve, which again, you have to be flexible with yourself. And it's not a failure. It's not. It's your own evolution. And you're also getting into resistance mode because I see how stubborn you're being in letting this go, because I think that you might be looking at it as some sort of failure. So you're in transition as something else. This might not be gone for good. This might just need to be a break for now, which your individual storyline will, you know, dictate that. So you're in transition into a new form. You have to have everything up in the air so you can settle by yourself and start accumulating more of an aligned life. This is what you're working on right now. So if you're going into separation from a loved one, and this is not something that really feels like it's authentic, like you can't believe this is happening, again, your individual storyline will tell you if this is going to be something where this is goodbye for however long, or I will see you again soon. And this also involves personal situations. You might have to get more training for a job. You might have to get a break so you can rest and come back to it, or you might have to go to a different place to have this type of career. Whatever it is, it does have an opportunity to come back around again, but you have to be flexible. You have to put it on the back burner right now because you have a stronger commitment to yourself in this transitional phase, and you getting stuck on a commitment to either someone else or something else is making you get into the resistance mode, and it's stopping your progress for now. Now, you will still get to your destination, but whether or not you get there kicking and screaming and crying and completely exhausted is completely up to you. So this is how we are finishing this reading. Look at that. This has been your daily insight on life and love for September 15th, 2020, moving forward, also timeless. So again, wherever you're pulled to this in time, this might have some sort of a message for you. If this resonates, go ahead and put it in the comments or reach out in personal message. I love every single one of you who has reached out to me. I haven't gotten a chance to read the messages for the last few days, but I will be doing that as soon as this video uploads. I hope that this finds you well. I look forward to speaking with you. And until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know that you are very loved. Bye for now.